Welcome to episode 9 of the No More Black Tears podcast. Let's go ahead and get it started. Topics today we got fictional characters being changed, orientation, race, etc. Things you should do and not do as a man laws, women being sexualized in media. We also got our best category. We got Tears and No Tears. We got the Killings of Mexico, Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens, college hoops, Tiger Woods, Sean Kemp, and Jal Morant, and everybody's probably favorite category. What's wrong with them? So, hey, fictional characters. Vert, what you got for us, man?
Yo, it's Verteezy. So, first of all, lately in media, we got Tinkerbell. They made her black recently. We got Little Mermaid. They made her black. And for those who watch, DC and Marvel shows, you have a lot of characters on those shows that's sexuality is changing to being gay, or some of them just straight out being like on Superwoman. Supergirl, one of the main characters, she's a transgender now. So the main thing I want to talk about is, as far as race goes, long as the race is not vindictive of the character's origin and the purpose of their arc in the whole show or movie or to that character. So, for example, I wouldn't be a fan of Static Shock becoming white because him being black is very instrumental to that actual character and everything that Static Shock stands for. So, as far as like the Little Mermaid being black, yeah, that's dope. Representation is important. Now, as far as the character sexuality being changed, I'm on the same lines with that. Like, if it makes sense to make a character gay or make a character was gay straight, that's cool. But as seeing how mostly kids be watching a lot of these superheroes and cartoon shows, it does seem like there's an agenda being pushed to normalize certain behaviors and certain ideologies, and it's impacting kids, which is why we have situations where we have 13-year-olds thinking they're a girl when they was born a boy. But
You was a boy.
but that's my perspective at the moment. I'm gonna pass the mic on to Rose.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with them changing the color or any or race or ethnicity of any of the characters. As far as like characters being I guess their pronouns being changed and things like that. I think it's not really a problem, but if the character was originally supposed to be this or that or he or she, I think it should remain that, unless in the future while this character was growing up or whatever, it decided to change it and need to have a whole story behind it. But it's just popping up as, oh, I'm a they now, or I'm a she. It used to be a he. Now everybody confused. It's like, who are they? I know I'd be confused about that. So that's what I'm thinking. But I don't really have an issue with the colors. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool that to see because when you're doing a live action film, it should be the most popular people playing the characters. I think so. If mermaids Spanish or black or Korean, then that's cool. If that's the most popular person right at the moment. So I don't really have no issue with it. I think it's pretty cool though that Little Mermaid is black and also Tinkerbell is black. I think that's pretty cool. But I don't really have any issues with it. But I do not want to see Batman coming out of being gay, and Superman definitely can't be gay because he got the X-ray vision. He probably be peeping in people in dudes' buttholes and stuff like that. But nah, I'm straight on that. what you got on the C's?
Me, man, I kind of agree with Vert on this one. Is if it's important for the story, you can make it work. But there's a lot of characters where you can do this. It's been done. Like DC Universe, you take comic books. There's so many storylines. There's different versions of characters. Like there's actually, let's take Superman for example. There's actually Superman's cousin, who's an alien, a Kryptonian alien, made up character. His cousin is black. There's a black version, same powers as just like Supergirl.
And they cousins.
They cousins. just like Supergirl, cousin, but his cousin's black.
Okay.
Comes to Earth, same powers. He's got his own name. His name's like Cal something, but they could use that storyline if they wanted to. But then you got characters like James Bond. There's so much mythos around James Bond. You could make a black James Bond if you wanted to. There's a lot of characters you can do this to, but then you got fictional aliens. Like, all right,
Well, James Bond, you can do that too because it's a code. It's like Sergeant. So 007 is like
yeah,
You know.
it's a moniker.
yeah. So you know you can.
It's like he doesn't have to be James Bond. He can be a 007.
There you go.
But even if you, let's just say they wanted to get Idris Elba to play 007, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Oh,
it could be done.
Yeah.
But then you got characters like made up characters like Martian Manhunter, the green dude from Justice League.
Mhm.
His Earth character, when he puts the cloak on, he looks like a man. He chooses to be a black person.
Right.
Just like I would have no problems if they had him played by a white guy. I would have absolutely no problems with it. If it's important to the story, because there's usually a backstory. But there's a lot of characters, aliens, like the Little Mermaid. Does it really matter?
There you go.
Does it matter if she's a mermaid? Does it matter if she's black or white? Unless
No.
it goes with the story.
Right.
Maybe you have she's European, something like
You
that.
know what I would like though? If is the prince she trying to run after? Is he a black dude?
It doesn't necessarily have to be.
I would like him to be a black dude.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
It's probably not gonna happen though, because this is
See,
it's
So
a European but okay, we take that the
There we
original
go.
story.
There we go with the subliminal messaging.
Okay,
Go back to subliminal messaging.
I mean it's kind of just like Wakanda.
Mhm.
Did the Namor's people have to be Aztecs and Mayans?
Yes.
Did they have to be? They could have been green, just regular green Atlanteans. They didn't have to be
Okay.
a certain skin color.
Right. They didn't. But
What was their origin originally in the comic books?
Atlanteans.
Okay, then.
so we don't know what color Atlanteans.
And
I think Atlanteans were a mixture of people. So you had the black, you had the whites, because it was an intelligent.
civilizations,
Yeah,
supposedly. But look at location wise, it's off the coast of Africa.
So they black.
So maybe, or they might be whatever the original people, North African Berbers related to
Black.
Berbers.
I mean, my main thing is, I know there's some people that's going to be listening and be like, why y'all got to change white characters? I really don't care about that argument because it's enough representation for white people. I don't want to see Native American, Hispanic, black characters being changed to white characters when you know that the representation for those characters are not there in DC comic books, Marvel comic books, or just in general on TV and movies. So if those fictional characters was already black, Hispanic, Native American, whatever other race, I would like them to stay that because the representation for those characters are already not naturally there. Whereas white characters, I mean, there's so many white characters out there that, yes, you changing them to another ethnicity, once again, long as it's not going to change the storyline and the mood, I don't see no problem with that.
All right, so here's one. Here's a good example of where it wasn't. There was outrage at first, but then after people saw how great of an actress she was and the storyline worked out, Iris West, played by Candace Patton.
Yeah,
You know,
when she was originally cast as Iris, there was a lot of outrage about that.
So this is a typically white character played by a black woman, but it worked
What
out.
movie was this?
The Flash
The Flash
TV
TV
show when
show.
it came out like 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago. Yeah,
Oh, I was pissed.
yeah.
I was pissed, bro.
Iris was made a black girl.
I was fucking pissed.
I'm pretty sure I know why you was pissed, but yeah, go on and explain why you was pissed just man.
You know
Because
why
I
pissed.
kind of co-sign why you was pissed.
Subliminal messaging. We back at it again.
But I mean,
So-
so every media form has to be taken for face value and the meanings behind it.
Yeah, but
If you're using that argument,
But what Juiceman is saying is there is a big representation in media of interracial dating,
now
but most
what's being pushed?
of the time when the interracial media dating is being pushed, it's a black woman and a white male. It's not too many instances of a black male and a white woman.
But let me pose you this question: what major character change, or major character fictional character is with a black man and a white woman that's very popular right now. That's like one of the top things.
I don't know.
Where it's a black and a white couple, a black man and a white woman.
If you watch like I said, if you watch the DC Arrowverse, there's plenty of interracial couples throughout that whole arc.
But I still don't feel like it's pushed as the reverse. You know, the reverse is pushed right now. Is the premiere thing is black women with a white male.
Yeah, that's the main thing. It's a black woman with a white male. Like
That
that's
should be
that's
fine.
push
Damn.
more.
With a
And then,
DT white boy, that shit fucked up.
Are we gonna look at stuff as
Oh, and to answer your question, the premiere one is what Juice Man just touched on, Flash.
So I mean, are we looking at things from real world perspectives, or like can a cartoon be a cartoon without?
It can, but there's still like even in Flash.
It's just the way Hollywood.
Even
is.
in Flash, for example, her original mate, she was engaged to a white dude.
Yeah.
And then she ended up marrying the Flash, a white dude. At no point in time do you ever see her with a black dude. Like at no point in time on screen do you see her dating someone that looks just like her.
But I'll say this: the one caveat was her father is black, ended up marrying a black woman. So that's one.
Exactly.
If you wanted to use that argument for that particular show, okay. So let's hop on for another point. So we got orientation, like Aqualad. I was pissed when Young Justice.
Oh yeah, that's another good one. Aqualad they made Aqualad gay.
There was another Aqualad. There was a white Aqualad, and he's in the comics because Aqualad's just like Aquaman. It can change because Aqualad became Aquaman when Aquaman disappeared. So basically, in the Young Justice, the cartoon, they made his character gay. And then
How they made him gay? How?
And then
I want to say season 2 or 3, it turned out he had a boyfriend.
But what work? It gets worse. It gets worse.
But throughout the whole series, there was moments where you could see that there was women that liked him, and he never dated them. So as a fan, you just thinking he just really loves justice. Then you find out, no, he just really loves dick.
And then check this out though. There's another part where the other Aqualad I was talking about, I forgot the dude's name, but he's with not even Aqua, the green dude. The green dude, he's Atlantean, so they're like fish people, mermaids.
Right.
He's basically in a 3-way relationship with a man and a woman. So this is in a cartoon for kids. I don't know. It's more adult themed. And then they got another character on season 4 being introduced. She's Muslim. She gets killed. Her character dies, but the body field gets taken over by an alien. And the girl that died was Muslim. So now her character is gay, but in the body of a Muslim woman. So it's like, why is Hollywood pushing this thing? Is it?
I don't mind. It's like when women date women, that's not really gay.
What? For the kind of
Explain, Juice Man. Explain.
You heard what I said.
You can't explain that.
Hey,
Yes, I can.
He said, "I said what I
you
said."
feel how you feel. You said what you said.
No.
Well, explain
It's
it.
kind of like the same thing they say. A man, even though it can't happen, a man can't be raped by a woman.
Well, this Jim Beam is 65% proof.
It's the same. You see what I'm saying? It's the bias. So it comes into the point that a woman making love with another woman to a man is what? It's sexy or it's gross.
A woman making love to another woman?
Yes, it's sexy or it's gross.
I don't. Me personally, that shit don't get me hard. I don't care.
You don't care.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't.
But if you was in the middle of it and they let you
yeah,
join,
if I'm part of it, then yes, I'm
But they get
turned on. But yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't care.
all right, then that's what I'm saying though. Let's get it right.
Oh. So basically, all right. Here's another one. All right, Bert. Velma. What do you think about Velma?
Yeah, I had no problem with them making the characters black. The only issue with the whole Velma series they did is the characters made black. They gave them negative connotations, and the characters that they let remain white had positive connotations. It just seemed like they was trying to just poke fun of black people. It just didn't really make sense. Then
They took Scooby-Doo out.
there's a rumor that Scooby Doo is going to be a black girl. So Scooby Doo the dog in the original one, she's going to be Shaggy's girlfriend, and she's going to be a black woman. So that was another thing that was kind of weird. Like, why you made Scooby black? And like, I'm just saying.
Scooby always been black.
But I'm
So
saying,
why he been
He a dog.
But he
I
a
thought they
boy
said
dog.
Scooby a
How you
dog.
go from boy dog to
Scooby's
female
a
woman?
dog. But what's going to happen is in the next season, there's going to be a girl that's going to be Shaggy's girlfriend, and her nickname is going to be Scooby,
That's some
and she's
bullshit.
going to be black.
She gonna be from the hood. Scooby from the hood. Cause I know Scooby.
So there's not gonna be a dog.
There's not going to be a
That's
dog.
the bullshit.
They replacing Scooby with a black woman.
So her cousin.
Oh, so Caesar what?
Bitch. Exactly. That's
Subliminal messaging, like you said.
There you go.
Hold on. Who's Scrappy gonna be? Her little ghetto snot nose
Yeah,
cousin.
man,
Scrappy
man,
Doo?
Scrappy might be her little 3-year-old son. We don't know.
Oh, that's even worse. Supposed to be her little
from an
baby.
ex felon.
Yeah, from
That's
an
in
ex felon that's locked up, that's gonna try to kill the mystery gang when he gets out.
Oh, this
Like,
Scrappy.
why you with my woman now? Like,
Damn right.
like,
They get it.
Oh,
so
man.
like that's my whole point. Is like when you change these connotations, like you're sending messages out, especially when they're designed for kids. Like in the last Power Rangers movie they made, they made a Yellow Ranger gay. She came from a Native American family, and they made her gay.
That was cool. She a woman. But like we say,
But those messages, when you have characters that's prominent like that, and you're turning them homosexual, and they was originally heterosexual, like we'll be ignorant if we would think that does not have an impact on kids watching it. Especially when you go on certain shows like Cartoon Network, and you're watching some of these shows that's designed for kids the ages of 3 and 9, and you see these characters doing a lot of homosexual stuff. Like it is, you're targeting a younger generation to try to push an agenda.
You're pushing an agenda. Like why? Like let kids be kids. Let cartoons be cartoons.
And that is my only issue with changing characters' sexuality. If you're going to do it for adult stuff and it has a purpose, it's cool. It's just only when it starts trickling in to stuff that's designed for kids. But
so Velma is for kids. I thought that was an adult cartoon.
It's for
nah,
adults, man.
Scooby always been.
Nah,
Scooby-Doo
that
always
Velma.
been. The Velma shows on HBO Max, but kids still gonna watch it. But I mean, that's really more so a negative connotation of how they're gonna depict the black woman.
So what's the rating on it? Is it PG-13? Is it rated R? Like what is it?
I don't even know because I ain't watching that.
I haven't caught it yet, but
I just heard about it.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna watch it either.
I mean, but okay. So example was like Adventure Time. Adventure Time, I used to watch it, a couple years ago.
titties,
There was
ass.
it was so the previous generation of cartoons had a lot of like wild stuff, intended. But then you go back and look at the '90s stuff.
Wasn't that on Adult Swim though?
Nah, it was on
Nah,
Cartoon
Adventure
Network.
Time was for kids.
It was on Cartoon
That was
Network.
that was the bird.
Nah, it was the
little
dog and the little white boy with the head. Baking pancakes, put them in a pancake. Baking pancakes, put them in.
Exactly, Juice Man. It was a show for kids.
But a lot of adults watched it. But pretty much, so there's a character in there, teenager. She's literally a teenager in the show. Her character, come to find out, was gay. I'm like, are we watching the same? Marceline is what?
But you gotta realize, people, just because somebody gay don't mean they flamboyant with it.
But it's just, you put it in a show. Like, when do we let shows be shows? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, non-sex. So I feel you on that. I would prefer that. Like, let's say you have a flamboyant character, but is he gay? You don't say. That would make more sense to me. Like, yeah, they gay.
all right, so
You know what I'm saying?
show we used to watch as a kid. This is me and Bert's era more so.
Please don't say Powerpuff Girls.
I was him.
Yeah. But see, that was different though.
Powerpuff Girl.
And there was a character in Powerpuff Girls that looked like the devil. He was one of the main antagonists of the Powerpuff Girls. He was very flamboyant, so there is a theory that he was gay, but you never really saw him
He never did
doing
anything.
gay stuff with other people. But he was very flamboyant, and he was kind of demonized for that.
Just like people are like, why is this character in the show? It's like I was like, man, that ain't him. That's the devil. That's Satan.
that's the
It
devil.
was like it's Satan without
Yeah.
really saying it. So I mean, the depiction. But then it was like we look at shows from the '90s like Johnny Bravo, and there's one episode where there was something intended like the neighbor or something they were saying it was like intended that he was gay or he did something gay. A character did something. But I mean, like we if we take it back, let's look at like Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny was cross dressing
He did everything.
and kissing.
He did everything.
You know what I'm saying? So just like Duck, Daffy Duck too, all the characters.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
So what is so are there any laws against certain things that
You can't.
men characters can't do or men cartoons
I mean,
can't do?
you can't just be fucking on TV for kids.
Yeah, you gotta
No.
make it subtle, like.
But you can
little
do a lot
subtle-
of subtle things that
No, I'm
kids
talking about
don't
are there
pick up on.
laws or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure the FCCA or whatever, they have regulations for it, but
No, I'm talking about like our next segment, man laws.
What are the things you
Aight.
see as a man?
Aight.
man law.
Thou shalt not hate on thy fellow man.
Man,
so,
what
so,
Boosie at?
so fellas, what's some man laws, some things that you think a man should and shouldn't do?
Like, don't.
We all have dreams.
I mean, don't be a hater. You don't take care of things you should do. Take care of your family. Take care of your kids. Take care of your business. You are an adult. You're a man.
I feel you on that one. That's one of mine. Handle your business. Don't be a bum.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause
Like-
man laws. I thought maybe y'all had some man laws, and we should we talk about
Yeah, we got some man laws. We all got our own man laws, but those are his. That's what.
What's on mine, you know? And it's like, hey, be a man. Hey, how's the meme go? Hey, don't waste anybody. Don't waste your time. Don't waste anybody else's time. Waste your own time. Be a man. It's just like he takes it and he just applies like certain stuff like, oh, don't be a little bitch and complain about it. Finish the job, then go home and cry in the shower. You know, shit like that. Shit like that. You know, don't show your pain
Damn,
outside.
that's
Go home.
fucked up.
It's like shit like that. Be a man. Don't be a bitch. Be a man.
What about you, Bert?
One of my biggest ones, man, kind of deal with what C's was saying. Don't be a hater, man. Like, if we both at a party and a chick you like feeling me and she ain't feeling you, hey, she chose, bro. In the words of Goldie from the Mac.
Old day.
Like, hey, bro, she chose, bro. You know how this go. Now we can handle this like gentlemen, or we can get on some gangster shit. So that's the biggest one to me, man. Also, man, like we got a lot of men that's they act like bitches nowadays, man. They out here gossiping and stuff, talking about how other men back. Man, if you can't say it to another man's face, bro, it don't need to be leaving your mouth in the first place. That's how I personally feel. Like, if you got something to say, if me personally, if I done said it to your face and you hear someone say, hey, Vertizi said this about you, believe me, I'd already said it to that person's face. Like, if you can't say it to their face, they don't need to leave your lips in the first place. So, men don't need to be out here gossiping. That's women energy right there. That's feminine energy to me. You out here gossiping and talking about other men behind their backs. And probably another big one to me is, bruh, hey, some of these men need to stop being so sensitive, man. And stop being simps, bruh. Stop being on social media trying to co-sign what these women be saying and doing and wanting just so you can get in the draws, man. That's not no man stuff right there. Like that's some feminine energy, man. You know, like you out here like Will Smith going on stage slapping another brother. Like, and I'm gonna keep it real. If that's what you wanted to do, if that was truly in your heart as a man, hey man, it is what it is. But when your wife looks at you and she looks at you like, man, you need to do something, and you decide to just act on it, now that ain't no man stuff to me, man. Like, nah, what you should have did is said, hey, the joke was funny. Hey, you should have put a wig on. I told your ass to put a wig before we left the house. And you knew who was gonna be here. That's what a real man ain't even gonna let your woman come out of the house like that. Like
She didn't look bad.
He could have did. Hey, Rock, I'm gonna see you outside after the show.
Yeah.
Juice Man, we going to the comedy club. You gonna let your woman come to the comedy club ball?
It wasn't a comedy club. It was the
But
Oscars.
time out. But everybody know at the Oscars and these award shows, If you sit on the front row, they gonna clown you, man.
Bruh,
They finna
True.
clown you. They do that to everybody that sit on the front row. I watch the Oscars every year religiously. Every celebrity from Denzel, Leo, they get clowned. A lot of y'all just found out that Leo only date women between 19 and 25. If you've been watching the Oscars for the last 7 years, they clown on him every year by that shit. A lot of y'all just figured that out.
It's
So,
open joke.
hey, Jada and Will knew at some point in time somebody was probably gonna clown them. Hey, to be honest, he really went light because I would have made a joke about the entanglement when I was on stage, but he decided to go after her bald head. I mean, it was what it was. But yeah, that's not no man shit right there. Like, you can't let your woman run you. You got to be the head of the house. So that's another man thing to me. Like, you got to run your shit.
What about you, Juice, man?
Man laws. I hear y'all talking, and we all had dreams. Where little Bootsy at? For real. Because it's like, man.
He busy trying to handle T.I. That's what.
Nah. Because it's like you say, gossiping. Gossiping is the same basically as snitching. That's pillow snitching.
Oh, pillow. Oh, don't pillow talk. That's another.
You know what I'm saying?
With the
It's
pillow
basically
talk.
the same thing. My man laws. Everybody got a different code. So like certain man. So another dude his man code might be the snitch because he grew up. It's like it's man. Okay, a man law. Let me think of a man law. I can't think of one right now. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's what it is. So shoot, man, I got some, like urine etiquette. Like if I'm in the bathroom in the Euro,
Oh, shoot.
and somebody else comes in there, like, and there's plenty open ones. Don't come stand next to me and pee.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
that's a good one.
Yeah, do not do that. Like, pick somewhere else to go.
Yeah, skip one.
No eye contact in the
Yeah,
back.
that's one reason why we can't have transgender men in the bathroom. They don't know that.
Like, come on now. Do not come sit next to me. Yeah. Or stand next to me. Like, skip a stall. Or 2. Or 3. Or just wait outside.
You supposed to get as far as you can.
Yes.
Whatever the available space is, you're supposed to be as far as you
You
can.
ain't even supposed to make eye contact.
Yeah, like Vert say, don't let your girl run your life. And another thing, it's kind of like etiquette, urinal etiquette, but it's just space etiquette. Like, respect the man's space. Like, don't be all up on me. Like, back up some. Do not touch me unless I ask you. Like you shouldn't be every time you laughing, grabbing on me. Like, you shouldn't be doing that, or leaning on me for any reason. Like, why back up some? Give me some space, especially now with the pandemic and everything. Ain't everybody learning 6 feet, arm distance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Arm distance.
Give me some space. You know what I'm saying? Let me be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is, be a man of your word. Another man law.
We all have dreams.
Be a man of your word. If you say you're gonna do something, if you can do it, do it. Or just don't even say it. Or at least be like, oh yeah, I said I was gonna do that, but on the real, I ain't gonna be able to do it. You gotta do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Also, last thing, and most especially, handle your business. Don't be a bum. You got to get up and get out and get something or do something. Don't let the days of your life pass by. Come on.
Okay.
Get some
I like
hustle
that.
about yourself.
I like that. That's
Get some
dope.
hustle about yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's my laws, man. That's where I'm coming from.
And I know he not here, but MGH, me and him be talking a lot. One thing we talk about is, you see this with a lot of women, but you're starting to see this with men now too. If C's got a girl and you no longer mess with that girl, man, she off limits for me, man. I'm not supposed to be even trying to even think about messing with a girl that you used to mess with, or your baby mama, or nothing like that. It's a lot of you men out here, like I said earlier, y'all bitches. Y'all starting to do a lot of stuff that women do. That's why women
Hollywood stuff.
That's why women be having like 6, 7, being pregnant by the same dude and stuff like 6, 7 of them. And what Rose was just about to say, it's a lot of these celebrities that I see. If I'm just gonna say it, fuck it. A lot of you celebrities are all going after Lori Harvey. I don't understand, bro. Like, you got all this money, you got all these women to your disposal, and y'all after one thought that don't overlook all that to me, man. That's just some that ain't no man shit right there. That's some women energy right there.
That's something that women do all the time, but that's crazy, man. I don't have no tears for that. Speaking of tears, Steve, what you got going on over there, man?
Tears, man. Let's talk about it, man.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, over the last week, man, y'all
You
heard
got some
about.
tissue? Oh, wait. Give Vert some tissue. You know, he always tearing up over there. Give Vert some tissue.
Is it the allergies or is it the?
I'm a human being, damn it. That's
Give
why.
Vert some tissue. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, see, man, what we got? What we got going on?
Yeah, man. So over the weekend, man, over this last week, there was 4 Americans killed in Mexico. 4 Black Americans killed in Mexico by the cartel. By a cartel.
No, they were 4 of
Oh,
them.
die
every day.
4 got kidnapped. 2
Yeah.
died. 2 alive got saved by the embassy
They from our neck of the woods, ain't they? South Carolina.
Columbia.
Yeah.
from Colombia.
Cool.
So, or it might have
Myrtle
been from
Beach.
North Carolina.
Murder
Might have
Beach,
been from-
Columbia area.
So
Yeah.
supposedly they had a rental with American plates, and they drove all the way down to Mexico. For what? For what? We said this on the other podcast. Go
BBL.
check them other episodes.
BBL.
Plastic surgery, exactly.
Tummy tuck.
Tummy tuck, BBL.
Yeah, they got tucked all right.
They got took.
Nip tuck stuff, everything else. But basically, 2 males, 2 females, and the same thing versus who died, who was alive. So you're going into a foreign country to basically get a procedure done, which I know is a lot cheaper down there, but you act like you going like this is like going to Canada. Mexico's not like Canada, It's a lot of wild shit. There's a reason why they have those advisories for U.S. Embassy, like, hey, this is our area. But even knowing how to move, it's like, go get your business done, get out of there. Don't hang around.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got any tears for that, Bert?
Man, I ain't got no tears. I didn't know about the plastic surgery part, man. But hey, man, we had an episode about being natural and all that. Hey, I need to pay attention to that, women. But I ain't got no tears for this reason right here. Like 6, 7 years ago, when me and my friends was planning on going to Germany, I was telling people, man, hey, they be kidnapping Americans overseas, man, and it's a game to them. I'm just saying, they get bonus points for that. Y'all go in the deep web and y'all look it up. It's real. They get bonus points for killing Americans. Like we not liked in the rest of the world. So
Right.
if you're an American, you need to know, hey, what countries I should travel to, what countries I shouldn't travel to. You choose to go to a place like Mexico, you know what's going down there if you watch the news. And then the second part is, if I am going to go to these places, hey, I need to be careful how I move. And obviously, they wasn't careful how they moved, and they got took. And lastly, if you're an attractive woman of any race, you should be careful how you move when you go to these other countries, knowing that these other men in other countries don't give no fucks.
They're entitlement, man. They got too much entitlement. They think nobody's gonna touch them.
And let me tell you, bro, you can ask John Gotti, Al Capone, Frank Lucas, anybody can get touched. So, hey, no tears.
No tears.
Juice, man.
No tears. I done had families went through that shit already. That's nothing new to me. Hold on.
Yeah, I got tears for it because there was 2 black people that died, and I also got tears for it because I'm not sure they turned in like 5 or 6 people, the Mexicans.
Right.
But are those really the people that did it, or are those just some guys that
Those the lower level motherfuckers
They
that they gave away.
They got
Yeah.
off
The
the door.
cartel, that how it works.
Yeah, so I got tears for them. And so, because if they weren't the ones that really did it, and they just got to take the fall for it, man, that's sad. But that's what they signed up for. But I got tears for that. If that's them, and I also got tears for the two black people that died. So I got tears for that. I don't have any tears for her not being able to get her plastic surgery done. But
But she actually did get it done.
She might have got it. If she did get it done,
How
good
she still got it
good
done?
for them. But
She wrapped it up.
from
Nah.
I ain't trying to be mean or anything like that. But from the pictures, plastic surgery ain't gonna help her anyway.
Hey.
So, I don't know, man. That's what I got. What you got?
And then on ending note, man, it was in a border town not too far over the border. So it's like, you live in Texas, you know how the cartel operates. So it's like, hey, be advised. But besides that, man, hey, let's go ahead and bring you to the NFL all season, man. Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, pay this man his damn money. Juice, man, what you got, man?
Tears, no tears for Lamar.
See, that's why you always get me with that crazy shit. I don't have tears about this nigga ain't getting millions of dollars.
We'll just
I don't
answer
get
the
millions of
question.
dollars. Bruh, pay him his money. That's what I gotta say about that. Pay him his money. He's due. That's it. Tears, no tears. I can't say tears, no tears.
Hey.
But pay him his money.
Yo, it's very teasing. I got tears, man, for many different reasons. One for Lamar because this man has extremely been underpaid. Got drafted at the end of the first round, so didn't have the same contracts as people like Joe Burrow and others. If he would have got the exclusive franchise tag, he would have made more this season than he did his first 4-5 years in the NFL combined. So let's keep that in mind. He got the non-exclusive, so he only getting like $32.5 million if he signs it.
You hear what you just said, bro?
Time out. A former league MVP won 75% of his starts in the NFL. Let me name two quarterbacks that's finna get paid more than Lamar this year. Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins. And let me name a third, Daniel Jones. None of those quarterbacks have done half of the stuff Lamar has done.
Gino got paid too.
Oh, and Gino, that's 4. And that's just this offseason recently. People who got paid and they're getting paid more than Lamar.
Okay, this is what I gotta say. Did you play football? Yes or no?
Not on no professional level.
No, I'm saying, did you play football? Yes or no?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. What position?
Offensive line.
Offensive line. Okay, so you second highest paid player on the field. All right. 32 million, bro, to do that. Would you do it right now for 32 million?
I'm making peanuts right now.
That's
not the point. Let me tell you, this is the reason why I have tears too. We have allowed billionaires
Right.
to get us to downplay people trying to get millions. I'm not gonna side with no billionaire because he's trying to save a couple of dollars. Because I'm gonna look at Lamar and be like, oh, he can get 32 million. Nah, bro, man, fuck Steve Buscemi of the Baltimore Ravens, who's a billionaire with a B, because he's trying to save a couple of dollars. So fuck him. I also have tears for my Atlanta Falcons because they was the first bitch ass team to say we out on Lamar, and
Do we have the bread?
yes, we got the bread. We got the second most cap space this offseason. I feel sorry for the simple fact of it's a lot of fans in Atlanta, especially black fans, they pay their hard-earned money to watch them motherfuckers lose every Sunday, and you can't even buy Chick-fil-A in the stadium, even though they have a Chick-fil-A shop in that stadium. That's crazy, man. I'm just saying. People need to know these facts.
Hey, don't talk about God's chicken, but hey, Rose, what you got?
Hey man, I got tears, man, for Lamar. Unfortunately, I got tears for the Panthers too, cause they about to
Screwed.
they about to draft Buddy from Alabama, and they have no other teammates for him to play with.
Cam Newton again is all over.
No, Cam Newton had people to play with. He had nobody to play with. So I got tears for them because those are laughing tears.
Okay.
But I got tears for Lamar. I think it was crazy how everybody was talking about they wanted him all this year, all off season. And then they give him the non-exclusive tag. Then everybody's happy. I know all the fans are happy. Oh, snap, my team can get him. My team can try to get him. My team can try to get him. And then all of a sudden, all these teams that everybody said, oh, I ain't in it. And it's like, wow. Are y'all really colluding against this man?
Yes, they are.
or y'all just trying to do something on the back end? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna say I ain't in it, but you really are.
Yes,
but
the owners-
but we know what you're doing. Y'all were trying to whiteball that man. So I got tears from him because he from my eyes looking in, I feel like he's being whiteballed. So I got tears.
Sticking with the NFL, what's up with the Chicago Bears and like you just said earlier, Carolina Panthers? Good deal or no?
The Bears got a good deal out of it. Bears, that's why I said we got crying, we got laughing tears for doggone for the Panthers because they sold out.
Yeah, I'm with Rose, man. I got laughing tears because, hey, man, they finna get fragile Bryce Young. They finna still be sorry 3-5 years from now. But as far as Chicago, Justin Fields, hey, that white man in Chicago believe in you, son. Because they thought you was on the trading block. Keep doing what you're doing. You got DJ Moore now. You're going to have a couple first-round picks. Hopefully they get you some help. And hopefully you take over that division, son.
Yeah, you got a chance to.
Good move, man. Moving on from that. Sticking with sports, man. What's up with Tiger Woods, man? Again, man. Tiger Woods again. Juice, man. What you got,
Tiger
man?
Woods, y'all.
What's going on with Tiger Woods? Let me know something.
Oh, his ex-girlfriend suing him for, I guess, what, breaking up with her or whatever?
Yeah.
The girlfriend?
Yeah, she's suing
They
him.
already got money?
She's suing him for breaking up with him. For breaking up with her. And like I think it's like $30 million or something like that.
Something crazy.
Or $130 million or something. A crazy number. But she's suing him because he broke up with her. And like,
Hold on. Was she in the Olympics? She's something. What
it
is
doesn't
she?
matter what she is.
She's a billionaire.
It doesn't matter what she is.
Crazy is what she is.
Yeah, she's suing him because he broke up with her. And then it's a funny story to it because he was like, I guess she was so crazy, so he got tired of her so much. He said, "Oh yeah, we about to go on a trip, baby. Pack your stuff. We about to go on a trip." They go to the airport, and he leaves her at the airport and goes home, and all the locks are changed.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's
So
what
is
I'm
that a
talking about.
fiance or a girlfriend?
A girlfriend. It's his girlfriend.
So she
tears
was
or no
living with him?
tears. Tears or no tears.
Legally, it's a 30-day notice. What's
Tears or no tears. Come on,
She wasn't on it. You know damn well she
Come on,
wasn't on that
stay
damn
on.
blue.
Okay,
Hey, bro.
Move it. She was a
He
Bertizzi.
changed
Tears
a
or
lot,
no
so
tears.
she had kids.
Move with a Bertizzi. Tears or no tears.
I got no tears, man. This reminds me, y'all might not have seen the movie called Love Stinks, where a white girl sued a white man because he promised to marry her and he changed his mind and she sued him. And that's what this sounds like to me, man.
It can't happen.
You not finna sue me because I don't want to be with you no more and we never got married or nothing like that. But Tiger, hey, bro, it's the second time you've been snow bunny. It's the second time you've been snow bunny now. Don't make me call Dr. Umar Johnson and get on the phone with you. It's the second time now. You might have to start messing with them black women now because these white women, they got you 2 times in a row.
Hey, D.L. Hughley said it best. You need some diversity training. Rose, what you got for that, man?
Man, when are y'all ninjas gonna learn? No tears for Tiger Woods. Like, come on, man. You know better. A sister would not have sued you for breaking up. She might have busted your window or something like that, but she ain't gonna sue you.
Might have got her cousin Tyrone on you.
Yeah, she wouldn't have got a big brother or something like that, but she ain't gonna sue you for $30 million because you broke up with her. I ain't got no tears for Tiger Woods. I hope you do good in the Masters coming up in a couple of weeks, but no tears.
Man, I ain't got no tears. You got for the second time, man. You know the game. Hey, you are paying the white girl tax, man. It ain't always money, but I forgot who I got that from.
It ain't always money, but it ain't funny.
They gonna get you. But basically,
Exactly.
man, it ain't. But hey, I do applaud him. I'm tears of laughter. He said she was going on a trip. And she was going on a trip right outside the damn house.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That was some niggerish shit right there. That was some niggerish.
Tiger Woods black, y'all.
Like Tiger.
Black, y'all.
For you to say you not a nigga, that was some niggerish shit.
He black. He black on that. He black.
Yeah,
We got
So,
black on that.
you welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, off of that right there, yeah, that was some legit. Hey, I need to use that. I need to put that in my playbook.
Hey, you taking a trip? Hey, yo, pack your bags. You going on a trip?
You know how these girls in the hood can be, so I need to put that in my playbook.
As long as she didn't have the mail come to the house, he was good. He golden.
Yeah, moving on for that, we're gonna move on to the hot takes, man. It is officially March Madness. Who y'all got? What's your predictions? Who y'all rooting for? Bert, who you got,
Man, I'm going strictly chalk, man. I'm gonna go with the Final Four. I'm gonna go with Houston, UCLA, Kansas, Alabama, and I'm gonna go with Alabama to win it all because they got some real shooters on their squad.
Ooh.
man? Real say, what you got?
Oh, Lord.
Oh man, I'm taking I think Duke is probably gonna make it to the Final Four. I'm gonna go Purdue, Gonzaga, and I'm gonna go Tennessee. Make it to the Final Four. Yeah, that's my four. So we got Duke, Purdue, Gonzaga, and Tennessee.
Okay, that's your Final Four.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold my Final Four list off, but some teams to look out for. Definitely, hey, it's the return of the five. It's not the return, but historically, the five Slammer Jammer. You know, Houston back in '85, '86. You know, had Elijah Wan back in that team, but Houston number one only lost 3 games. They definitely gonna do some damage. That's my first pick. Going on right now, Duke of Virginia. I think Duke is actually might get shocked and actually lose that one because Virginia actually was
championship today.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, yeah.
Right now,
Championship week.
Virginia's actually ranked. Duke isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, hey, y'all need to get your shit together. But yeah, Houston, Kansas. Kansas is another one. Oh, Kansas actually got knocked out. They were number 3. They were one of my favorites, but San Diego State, UCLA, those are some of my ones I want to pick up for. Okay, real quick, let's switch to women's though. Has anybody been paying attention to women's?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, South Carolina's undefeated, and they got a chance to go undefeated again. Well, not again, but they got a chance to go back to back. Yeah. So shout out to Don Staley. Yeah, she's doing a good job there. Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Staley and the Lady Gamecocks. Shout out to South Carolina.
Shout out to LSU too.
Forgot
Flage.
Yeah.
Kevin Fly's daughter.
LSU, and then also a shout out to the Lady Volunteers. You know, always got a shout out to my girls, Pat. Rest in peace, Pat. Something, man. Yeah, Staley. Hey, win it all for him. Moving on from that, man. What's wrong with him, man? What's wrong with you?
And we'll get to that in a minute, but first we're gonna talk about how the industry and the media is got them twisted, and then we'll get into what's wrong with them. Or should we go what's wrong with them right now?
But we still got Deshaun Kemp tape.
We want to
and then moving on real quick. Almost forgot about it. We were speaking of shooters with Alabama. What Sean Kemp and what's going on with that?
What's going on, Vertizi?
Hey, Sean Kemp apparently had a situation where he got arrested for doing the drive-by. But he's been released from custody, and they say they're not pressing no charges. So I ain't got no tears from him because it all worked out. It sounded like he was defending himself, but if he was just on some dumb stuff like John Morant, hey, bro, get your shit together. You too old for that.
Yeah, but it was a tape that said that he went to somebody stole stuff out of his car. He tracked his iPhone down, and when he walked up to him, they started busting him. He started busting back. So
yeah,
we'll let the facts play out. I don't have no issues with that. So I think cause he up there in Oregon, he has
cannabis store.
Yeah, cannabis. He's running cannabis now. So I'm pretty sure he was high. So I'm pretty sure he usually high people are sometimes they're paranoid, but I think he probably knew what he was doing. So we never know. We'll wait till some facts come out. Maybe we might have it at the top of the Sunday. But John Morant, we keep trying to not talk about this guy. We keep trying. I know I keep trying not to talk about him because I already said what I had to say about him. But doggone, I just can't wake up and not see his name. Like, what did that song say? You went to such and such private school. That's a private school. you grew up with both of your parents. You were not hood.
I know this nigga did not quote 8 Mile.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Yeah, but yeah, man. I'm just looking at him like he's missing. He was supposed to miss 2 games. Now he's missing 4 more games.
Then they talking about indefinitely. There's
I know.
rumors on the rumor.
He fucking my
That's
fantasy
what I
team
heard.
up.
That's what I
We in
heard.
the playoffs in basketball. He fucking my fantasy team up.
Yeah, man. So I like, man. Come on, Ja. Come on, Ja. But how about the Lakers though? Yeah,
made
seven
it.
out of 9. 7 out of 9. Shouts
made
out,
it.
shouts out to the Lakers.
Y'all still 6, right?
We right now. We a game behind number 6. We 9 right now.
So y'all in. Y'all didn't play.
We in the play in right now. Play in, but we need to be in the play offs, not to play in.
Get there.
Y'all gonna win the
Get
play.
there and we'll talk about it. You gotta do that first. But yeah, Ja Morant, man, like, hey, you keep coming. Young guys, quit being stupid, man. Tears for you being stupid. That's what my tears for.
I ain't got no tears for him.
Just be you making all this money. This is another man law. Be careful who you keep in your circle, man. This is going back to, but you know,
Yeah.
somebody should have told you, man, like on camera, man. Come on. Stop recording everything. Is another thing. People just period. Stop recording everything, but stop. And that's why do athletes and this younger generation feel like you have to be a thug or hood, this and that? Man, the music is the music, man. With NBA, man, they watch you in China, they watch you in Australia, they watch you in South America. Your name is known internationally. You gotta move different.
Okay. Everybody has a breaking point. Now, I thought Ja Morant was actually at home when he did this. So, I would have had tears for you, Ja, if you was at home in your room, the big ass house, showing off your pistols. I'm cool with that. But what messes me up is when I heard that you was actually in a strip club brandishing a weapon in a state that you don't even have a license to carry. I cannot condone that.
So they asked it, it's like, hey, they were talking about it today. Did he bring a gun on the plane? And he knew he was going. Did he have that gun on the plane? So there's even bigger issues than that. So they trying to take you out. But yeah, honestly, no tears, man. But hey, Ja, what had you wild in the club though? Was it these hoes that had you wilding? Cause I don't know. They might have some issues. It might be something wrong with them. I don't know, Rose. What you think, man?
Man, what's wrong with him, man? Let's talk about this dude working 13-hour shift. Coming home. Somebody's videotaping. That's what I'm trying to figure out who's videotaping. It's probably the wife was videotaping.
Yeah, probably the wife.
So
And,
it was a
and,
prank?
and he come home and he said, "Where's my dinner?" She said, "You can have a bite of my pizza." That's all that's left. And he said, "All I get is a bite of pizza. I just work 13 hours. I pay all the bills here." She's like, "Is that what you supposed to do? That's what you supposed to do?" Nah, he ain't got nothing to eat here. Nah, he's like, "Ain't no food here." He's like, "Nah, ain't no food here for you." And she just honking him. And I'm like, "Dawg, what's wrong with him, man? Verteezy, man. Come on.
First
what's
of
wrong
all,
with him, man?"
let's go back to man laws. Y'all heard when I said you need to be the king of your castle. A lot of y'all acting like queens. That's a queen shit right there. Now back to this nigga. What's wrong with these hoes, Rose? What's wrong with them was what Juice Man said earlier tonight. They too privileged, bruh. They too entitled. You got a lot of these women that feel like they supposed to have a man that pays all the bills just because they're a woman and they don't have to do nothing. This ain't our grandma's generations where you had a man who would work 12, 14 hours a day, come home, the house is clean, the kids are fed, it's a warm meal on the table, and everything's good, and they're going to get sexually satisfied in the next hour or two. This ain't that generation of women. These women out here are looking for 6-figure men just because they cute, get their nails done, their hair done, and they entitled. Like, had that been me, you want to talk about some circus shit? Oh, bro, she wouldn't be living there no more. That's the first thing. She wouldn't be living there no more. Because if you go back to some of the previous episodes of the podcast where we talked about 50-50, y'all already heard what I said, bro. If I'm paying everything, you get nothing. Like I control that whole atmosphere. I'm the God in the domain. I'm Jehovah. I'm all that. I'm all that.
Oh, so
To
you like what? Finesse 2 times said?
2 times.
Finesse 2 times. You heard what
No, he
said?
right though.
He basically
If I'm paying all the
sum it
bills,
up.
if I'm paying all the bills,
Mom.
you not even ordering food for me to eat. You better have cooked a meal from scratch. I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about how your grandma used to make when she made the bread from scratch.
Buttermilk
You
biscuits.
better make the butter
Buttermilk
biscuits. Don't buy the cans.
What about gravy? Can
But-
you get the gravy out the can?
Nah, you better make that from scratch too. Better make all that from scratch, girl.
What about the mashed
'Cause-
potatoes?
You know why? You know why I say that?
What
Because you ain't doing shit all day long.
What about the
Get on,
cheese?
go,
On the
make that
butter?
from scratch. Go on YouTube, find out how to make all that from scratch. Make it from scratch.
You got an Amish hoe.
Nah, you gonna do all that, girl.
You know he a passport, bro, so he probably did.
Hey, that's why niggas is gonna get their passport and get a woman over there. Because when you tell that woman from Thailand or Bali to do that, she gonna smile and she ain't gonna care. And then when I tell her, hey, I'm gonna
Breaks
get,
up the feet.
then when I tell her I'm gonna get a second wife, she gonna be like,
Okay.
yes sir, yes sir.
We don't
Exactly.
have enough rights for her.
Man, it's a problem, man, because it's like you know, you come home all day, you work all day, you come home to that. She was like, ain't, and it's the way she was talking to him, disrespectful. It's like, man, hey,
She
man,
was jumping them off.
it's like, come on, you like he seemed like he was about to cry, man. Like,
No, it sounds like.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Oh, when that camera got off, he cried.
It's like, man, it's like I would have should have just snatched pizza out of her hand, man. But like this, like, hey, but yeah, man, it's crazy situation. That's what's wrong with him, man.
Yeah, that was a crazy man. I don't know what else to say about it. I got me stuttering because it's like, oh my goodness. But you know what? Like I say, grab her up, grab her in, throw her against the wall, and tell her never disrespect me, never not at all. That's my go-to.
Gotta shake him.
Yeah,
You gotta shake him a little
okay.
times, you know.
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. You gonna give me some of that pizza.
Give me this damn pizza. What was it? He was like,
Give me this pizza.
hey, Martin and the sandwich, Martin and Miss Jerry with the sandwich. You gonna give me some of this damn tuna? You gonna give me this damn sandwich?
I, mean, I would have had her in the kitchen talking about, give me a bite of the pizza. She would have made me a whole pizza from scratch, man. Fuck all that, bro. What's wrong with these hoes is these brothers be on social media hyping them up. You got a million brothers telling the same girl, you look beautiful today. Man, not all these women look beautiful. Y'all need to stop lying to them, bro. Y'all gassing them up.
So, Rose, you brought up a good point, man. You said basically these women, like,
Social media, it's
Social
media,
media.
in the industry and everything.
it's like if you taking pictures of yourself, you putting it out to the internet. Aren't you sexualizing yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You putting it on, just putting your product on display. Not saying your product, but you know what I mean.
It is your product. They selling it. They selling this product.
You said it right first.
Yeah, so we're about this sexualizing women. It's like I thought about this topic when I was watching She-Hulk. I'm like, okay, She-Hulk, this is a pretty good show. Then after I know, it's like She-Hulk was a thought, like straight up, like thought. Like I'm like, why? Like
She be
why?
busting it down, bro. She just put like 3 dudes on that show.
I'm like, why is they? This is a. Why are they doing this? I'm like, young women like.
She did that too.
I'm watching, man. I'm like, and it's like every show or everything, every successful woman, and when it comes to when they get home or something, their thoughts, their dogs, you know what I'm saying?
What's the thought?
But that whole over there.
Okay,
So they're. I'm like, so it's like this is so crazy. Like, why is the industry producing that? So when all these young teenage girls are looking at it, they think it's cool. Oh yeah, it's cool to be a hoe, or it's cool to be a thought, or it's cool to be a slut, and that's what it's like. They're pushing that. That's the agenda now. So that's what they're doing now. So it's like every cool person, actor, or when they on these movies and on these shows, they're always most of the time nowadays they're like really sexualized, and it's like crazy. It's like you never see like, oh, I just dating this guy, or I'm talking to this guy or anything like that. No, it's like I'm busting it open. Anybody can get it. Who's next?
You see, that's why I don't believe. I don't believe it's with the who's next. It's like it gotta be in the circle. Like so, she just found a random dude and she fucked him. No, the nigga was in a circle.
I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say. He's saying that women have 4 to 5 guys in that circle that they fucking.
Oh,
Yeah.
so she playing the
in
game.
real life, but not on. Yeah,
playing
no,
the game.
but no. That's
I
not
was
what
like,
it was.
that. I was like, goddamn. Like,
But no, that's not-
She
no.
Hulk. She'll
Yeah,
get it.
first night stands like busting it open, like yeah,
And this, I thought that wasn't it PG-13 or something.
yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't show no nudity or nothing like that, but yeah,
But
she, she fucking them dudes.
I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, are women in?
Do she go to She-Hulk when she get hit on the back?
Yes, yeah.
She got
She
fucked.
break the
She,
couch.
she got fucked as the white girl, and she got fucked as she Hulk.
She break the couch.
Okay.
She
Who
fucked one.
fucked She-Hulk?
She fucked one dude both. She fucked Daredevil as white girl and She Hulk.
Man, Daredevil, I like you, my dude. You my dude.
Oh, so Daredevil was
Blind
waxing?
ass nigga.
Just like the cartoons, he was waxing it. Or-
He a lawyer?
Yeah, he a lawyer, man.
The circle.
Hey, but do you feel like women are sexualized in the media though? Like,
To an extent, like they are, but they allow it too. Like in a lot of movies nowadays and TV shows, you go from the 90s and 80s to now. We went from black women being in TV shows and movies that was very empowering to them, to a lot of them are like in TV shows and movies that just explore from a sexual standpoint. But the main consumers of the product is women, just like female rappers. The main consumers of rappers like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion aren't men; it's women. So if you have women that's consuming that content and that product, they're co-signing the sexual exploitation of themselves. And when you get, and then the next level part is on social media. When you get a woman and she posts a pic of a book she's reading, or she posts a pic of her at a sermon or in church, and it gets 100 likes, but then she posts herself in the club she's at wearing some thottish clothes, and it gets 5,000 likes in a minute. You have men encouraging that from women. You know, and when men encourage that behavior, you get women thinking it's okay to be thottish, and then they're not understanding fully that those ain't the women getting wiped up. Those just the women that's getting used over and over.
so what's your stance on? They're gonna certain women will say, but what if the woman's goals shouldn't be, or her only goals or aspirations shouldn't be to be a wife? You know, there's people
That's hoish behavior. That has come from generations of seeing a show like Girlfriends, seeing Real Housewives, seeing all these TV shows where women are thoughts and everything, Sex in the City, and saying to yourself, you know what? Being a wife is played out. Like being a wife is played out. Like it's just better for me to be a successful individual and just have many suitors that I can, like Rose was saying. I can just go home. I can just go home and just bust it open for 5 dudes a week. Like that's not no fulfilling stuff. Like Taraji B. Henson was just on a podcast not so long ago talking about how she finna take a trip, like a month-long trip, to try to find her inner happiness or whatever, because she's 50, she's single, and she ain't got no one to love. That's crazy that you rich like that, as fine as she looks, and she's not happy. Why she's not happy? Because she ain't got no man. It's that simple. Like if she had a man, if she had a man that she was made, she'd be extremely happy. You see someone like you see someone like Angela Bassett living her best life. Angela Bassett been married since the 90s.
The president, his wife, Michelle,
And Michelle Obama too. She married and she extremely happy.
Denzel's wife.
Well, I was just saying the famous women, but yeah, Denzel's wife too. You know, like a lot of these women that are in happy marriages, they are extremely happy. And a lot of these women that you see, that you idolize, that are single, They know how rough it is in these streets. They know how rough it is in these streets for you to be 45, 50, 60 years old and you single, even if you're attractive and you got money. That's why you got someone like Cardi B who got cheated on by Offset multiple times.
Who's married?
Oh yeah, she's married and she
Beyonce,
said she said she don't cook and clean, and Offset posted a video saying stop lying to these hoes. But you see her get cheated on by Offset and she stay with Offset. You see Beyonce telling you to leave your man and upgrade and you replaceable and all that stuff, and then Jay-Z fucks Becky with the good hair, and Beyonce stay with Jay-Z. Cause come on, man, they ain't stupid. Like, you got a lot of these entertainers selling a false dream to these women, and these women eating it up and not understanding behind the scenes that the false dream they being sold. These women ain't co-signing that. Even Sierra, bro, her last song she dropped was about being single, but you made the Russell Wilson though.
Look at the puffy old lady. You don't even know it.
Exactly.
She's very submissive. I heard.
Hey,
Yes,
man.
daddy. Whatever you want, daddy.
But I mean, it goes to a stand. So it's like you got these celebrities telling you, "Hey, do this, be free," but they turn around, they go home to their boyfriend or husband or whatever. Also, to me, let's zoom out a little bit.
A lot of these entertainers are black too, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of black.
White.
And that don't seem suspicious to you?
Suspicious. All right, Umar, go ahead, Umar.
I'm just saying, bro. That don't seem like there's people behind the scenes that's making an exerted effort to keep black women in a position where they're
They
not
want the white boys.
where they don't want to have families with other black men and be married. Like, come on, man. Like, it's a plan behind the shit.
It's a plan.
Well, what I said beginning of the show, what I said.
Subliminal,
my
message.
dude.
Which, hey, it all comes full circle. But back to the zoom out. We're living in a hyper-sexualized society. It's in the cartoons. Go ahead, man.
Sex sells.
Sex sells, but why?
Huh?
But why does it have to be everything? Every
Sex
facet?
sells. That's it.
Cartoons,
Sex
everything. So it's like
I'm trying to sell my cartoon. Let me put some sex in it. I'm trying to sell my candy bar. Let me put some sexy ass shit in it. Let me candy. I don't give a damn what you selling. Put some sex in it, and it will sell.
add TV ads. It's like, hey, I'm selling this spray, but this woman.
Oh, what's the mean? What's the mean? I did everything. I'm funny. I could sing, but nobody seems to notice me. I guess I gotta show my ass. Sex sells. Bottom line. I dropped the mic. Boom.
Yeah, that's a great point. So it's like every facet you look at. So, all right, so we got it. Let's look back at old cartoons. Old cartoons. Betty Boop, sexualized. Without her, with the original character, which was a black woman. So you see, Betty Boop was actually modeled after a black woman. But we look at all the old cartoons. You had cartoon characters being sexualized, which basically made its way to the 90s, 70s, where characters were sexualized. And it goes into the mindset of where women are going to eventually think that it's okay. Like, hey, I should strive for this. Characters like Jessica Rabbit and, just all these different characters. So it just goes like, if it's in a cartoon, it's going to eventually come down to where kids are growing up and thinking that kind of activity is okay. And it's basically girls are growing up saying like, hey, I should do this. And if we also, as men are looking at it, we're also going to grow up and think, hey, this is what I should go after. This is what this is what attracts me. This is what I'm looking at.
The issue isn't that stuff exists, because that stuff has always existed. The issue is when that becomes the mainstay.
It's basically
like
mainstream.
You've always had TV shows that had sex in it. You've always had movies that cross that line. You've had music in the 90s. You had Uncle Luke. You always had that kind of stuff. But let's just take it to the 90s. Uncle Luke was like, that music wasn't prevalent. There wasn't 20 artists that was on his level that was making that music like that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of other artists making different types of music too. Versus, take it to the early 2000s. Yes, you had someone like Trina saying, I'm the baddest bitch in the game and do all this nasty stuff to me. But then you also had Missy Elliott and Eve making different type of music. So then when you take it to today, name like the top 3, top 4 female artists. Like when that's the main point, But then the female artist that's rapping, because there's a lot, I will say this out of respect, there's a lot of female artists that rap, and they rap about legit shit. Those ain't the ones that's being pushed though. Like the main ones that's being pushed are the ones that's over sexualizing themselves and other women. Just like there's TV shows that talk about positive shit, but those ain't the TV shows that's on TV all the time and that is being taught to the masses. It's the ones that are literally being pushed using sex to sell. Just like on a previous episode of the podcast, Rose brought up, hey, there was a lady who said, damn, bruh, y'all keep flagging my shit on TikTok and Instagram. But if I was showing my ass, y'all wouldn't. When you on social media, a lot of people who be speaking facts about black empowerment, race-based discussions, they shit would get flagged down in 2 minutes. And then you'll go stroll, and a woman will literally have a whole video where she basically naked as fuck on TikTok or Instagram, and that shit will have like 1 million views, 2 million views, and never won't be taken down. I've seen videos where these girls be posting their OnlyFans content on TikTok and Instagram and it don't get taken down. And girls using cucumbers and sucking it like it's a dick or whatever. And they be having like 1,000, 2,000 comments and stuff like that. Like, it's the simple fact of, it's a reason why this stuff is being pushed. And it's no longer a part of the conversation, it's the forefront of the conversation. And when you have this stuff be the forefront of the conversation, that's when the mentality of people start to change. And that's why you have a lot of these women who think that that is okay, because that's what you mostly see. You don't see a TV show like the 90s, like Living Single, where you have 3 educated black women. One's a lawyer, one's a business executive, and another one works in movies, but she designs a set. You got TV shows like Housewives, where all these hoes did to get rich was go to All-Star Weekend, get lucky, fuck a nigga, get pregnant. Most of the girls on Housewives ain't even wives, they just baby mamas. Why is it called Housewife? You ain't even a wife. Why is it called Baby Mamas of Atlanta?
Baby mamas and ex-wives.
But guess what?
That's the new show we coming up with.
Yep. But guess what? These girls watching these shows, you had a different world. Different World was one of the most popular shows in the 90s. It showed black women going to college.
Hey, man.
Why we ain't got a show like that on TV nowadays? Even when they made Grownish was good. But they had to put, just to even get it on the air, they had to put a lot of stuff in Grownish. You know, just for it to be on Grownish. Whereas Bill Cosby, he didn't even let certain shit even, whatever you think about Bill Cosby, he didn't even let certain shit touch a different world. You know, just because he kept that show somewhat pure or whatever.
When do you feel like it really changed? Because it was like, you named 2 shows, like, great example, Sex and the City, Girlfriends, which despite all that, was a good show. But Sex and the City was really opening up the floodgates for, the floodgates of just, it was okay to smash 5 dudes, and that message was being pushed out. So, like, example, let's take a see. We can see this effect in kids now.
Slut walk.
Prime example, it's on the forefront. It's the mainstay. It's a staple. People are going to the parade being proud about being, hey, I'm a slut, I'm a this, I'm that. People not even trying to hide the fact that they have OnlyFans. People are not thinking long term. These girls that are like 20, even
Bro, they got OnlyFans, and they doing right by the OnlyFans. They got millions.
You making money, but is that money gonna last? Eventually,
They invested, bro.
Eventually, OnlyFans is gonna go away. So it's like quick money now. You're not gonna be able to get a professional certain jobs.
They don't need it because if they invest right, they retire.
It's a lot of people that making their money, they ain't investing. So that's a whole nother story for another day, financial literacy. But they not doing that. So I mean, basically, but real effects, like, all right, Kanye West's little daughter was singing an Ice Spice song. If you know Ice Spice, you know what she's famous for. You know, she got that song, Months and all this. She's 9 years old, man. Why is she singing this? But basically, women are part of the reason why they are sexualized, but it's the whole society and just the media pushing it like, hey, this is what you should be, how you should act.
I think okay. I had a conversation with my wife the other day. I think it was maybe last night, and we talked. And she was complaining about a job. She was like, "Oh, I work 10 hours a day." I'm like, "Baby, where you work at?" I remember when I used to work there, and the women had women jobs, and the men had men jobs. And if anybody don't know what that is, a woman job means you're not doing any manual labor, shawty. You're not breaking a sweat. You're not losing any weight while you're at work, shawty. A manual labor job is I'm busting my motherfucking ass to the bone gristle for the same pay as you. And then when you have a problem, oh, I got a paper cut. I got to come help you. And I'm happy to come help you because that shit easy as hell. Yeah, let me get this paper up for you, baby. No problem. Then I got to go back to my fucking job. The only pleasure I had was seeing you bend over to pick up some fucking paper. Then it is, man, it's equality, man. You want the same pay? Do the same work. Simple.
Hey, the bottom line is media is definitely over sexualized, and everyone in society plays a part in it. But women, y'all have to take y'all responsibility in this conversation too, and understand y'all benefit from it. And just like you benefit from it, it's also to your detriment. So please keep that in mind when you promote certain music you like, when you promote certain TV shows you like. Ask yourself why you're not actually finding other artists who are rapping or singing about different topics, and ask yourself why you're not investing time in watching other TV shows that are maybe more positive. And that's how we can get more TV shows that are positive on the air.
All right, man. That's got 3 words, man. I'm back quiet, man. Go check out the YouTube. Go check out the TikTok. And go check out the Instagram at NMBT Podcast. That's the Insta. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the TikTok too, man. So, man, we ain't got nothing else, man. We out, man.
And please make sure you watch the Oscars and support Angela Bassett. She up for an award.